Good morning, everyone. This is Tim Foster with Northern Woods Wellness and Find Your True North podcast series, week 6. So I'm excited to be able to talk about this week's topic because it is a really important topic that I do think has some nuances, and that is emotional support animals versus service animals. So we're going to dive into that a little bit this morning. And hopefully you can leave with some clarity on the best decision for you and your mental wellness, as well as a possibility of bringing on a new furry friend or family member into your own home. So animals are something that we have always been connected with in our foster family. So my mom and I and my family grew up with many cats. They moved on to dogs as we got older, and then Kaylee and I ended up adopting several animals as well too. So we actually have 6 animals currently. We have 4 cats. We have Aragorn, we have Gemini, Luna, and Ragnar. Those are our kitties. So we're a bit of nerds, so we named all of them. And then we've got 2 dogs, 2 huskies. We have Zelda, and then we have Aurora. Those are our 2 huskies. But they bring so much joy, frustration, but joy into our life. And I don't think Kaylee and I could imagine a life without our busy home. We just love them so much. In fact, they're behind me right now, sleeping away. So we just love them. So thanks, Aurora. She's right behind me. But what I want to do is just talk to you a little bit about the benefits of ESA, the cons, and then the differences between that ESA and a service animal. So let's just jump on into what an ESA is. An ESA is an emotional support animal. And really what an emotional support animal is designed to do is they're designed to help regulate your emotions with you and give you a sense of purpose. And that can be tremendously helpful when it comes down to depression or anxiety, is having the need to take care of something that is 100% reliant upon you is really powerful. You actually see that in equine therapy as well too. When you are taking care of or guiding a horse, horses are really anxious. So in order for them to allow you to guide them and even eventually one day ride them, it takes a tremendous amount of empathy and compassion, because a horse somehow picks up on your emotions and anxiety and won't let you near them if you are emitting some negative energy. It's really amazing. I'm not sure how horses do it, but it's really cool. So equine therapy is something really to consider if you are wanting to go full-fledged into some other types of animal treatment. But for today, ESA is where we're going to start. Cats and dogs do the same thing. So do lizards and fish. I have them all. They all provide you with that need to take care of something. And it also helps provide you with getting to know yourself too. So when you're taking care of an animal, it's a very mindful and intentional approach. You have to feed them, walk them, water them, buy their food, take care of veterinary bills. And all that is intentional to take care of a wonderful family member. I don't think I've met many animals that, with the right love and caring, are not just wonderful beings. But with that comes added cost too. So when you're considering ESA, it is a lot of pros from the mental health side of things, such as reduced depression and anxiety, maybe helping you to get out of the home more, better physical fitness for walking or running dogs, tremendous mental health and physical benefits. But the cons are costs, could be added stressors, or maybe your work schedule doesn't allow it. Those are all things that you really want to consider when it comes to an ESA. Am I able to tend to this animal? Am I working 12-hour shifts? Am I working night shifts? Is the animal going to be alone? Are they going to have a partner, like an animal partner they can get bonded with? Then also, are we able to afford an ESA? Because a lot of times ESA comes with veterinary bills, which can be really expensive, but also added rental bills, such as a pet deposit or a monthly added pet fee. You know, landlords are still allowed to be able to charge those fees, even with an ESA. The ESA letter that a therapist might write really only gives a renter the right to have the animal. The landlord can kind of dictate what the terms might be when it comes to finances. So consider that when you're considering possibly getting an ESA. And you heard me just say ESA letter, and that is what you're going to need if you are wanting to get an emotional support animal. You're going to want a letter from a therapist or a primary care physician. Usually it's therapists who are doing it nowadays, because we get to know you on a different level and we get to speak to the benefits that are going to happen with an emotional support animal. And many of the benefits are are mental wellness related. So I do recommend getting established with a therapist if you're not, seeing them about maybe 3 or 4 times, and then seeing if something that they would be willing to do. You can get more immediate ESA letters online, but they come at a hefty cost of maybe even over $200 for a letter. And I don't think it's quite as ethical as going to see your own therapist. Part of the reason we're getting an animal is so you can demonstrate you're able to take care of it. I feel like if you're going to go get an easy letter, is that demonstrating our autonomy and that this animal is going to be in a safe place? I don't know. Maybe that's something you have to sit with. I would say no. The easy way out is usually never the healthiest way out. The hardest way is usually the healthiest way. So when considering ESA, look at getting established with a therapist. See if you can work with them just well beyond the ESA, but let them know it's on your radar. And most therapists I know will do it, but not everyone does because there is added liability for a therapist to write an ESA letter. So think about those as you're considering potentially adopting or getting an ESA. You also don't have to go big or go home. You can actually do it smaller when it comes to ESAs. You can get fish, you can get lizards. Those are emotional support animals. I have a lizard right next to me. Her name's Rex. She's a leopard gecko. And it's really cool because she knows when dad is coming to feed her. She waits underneath her light, and I give her her mealworms. That's what she eats, or crickets. But she knows it's me, and when I play with her, she'll hang out my hand and she'll lick my hand, and she knows that it's dad. Same thing with my fish. I have an angelfish that when I come up to feed her, she comes to the glass. I'll put my finger along the glass, and then Sunshine is her name. She will follow my finger. So it's not just cats and dogs. You can do smaller animals. You may not even need an ESA letter for those if your landlord approves. And really, an ESA letter is just going to give you the ability to have the animal. It's not going to give you the ability to take the animal and to bring it into restaurants or grocery stores or onto planes and into hospitals. That is a service animal. Emotional support animals are very different. They are just really there to help you regulate, and they're meant to be at home. So a letter that I would write or a therapist would be an ESA. These animals are not certified. They're not trained to take care of you or to do things for you. That would be a service animal. So just so you know that if you get an ESA, it doesn't permit you to bring them where you need to. In fact, I would highly recommend not doing it, because if you do bring an ESA and they're not certified or licensed as a service animal, and let's say they come in and end up maybe biting someone or causing someone to trip, you can actually be held liable for that as well too. So just know the legal ramifications of having an ESA, and that it doesn't give you permission to bring them everywhere you want. There is a lot of added responsibility with an ESA, but I do believe the benefits outweigh the costs for most parts. The benefits are the ability to reduce anxiety and depression and maybe feel a sense of purpose. Also allows you to be at home more and maybe being able to sit with yourself more. Having a chance to play with someone who isn't really going to talk back to you. We just connect with these animals differently. But the cons do come more so with financial cost, possible medical bills, yearly and annually subscriptions, food, toys, all that, because you want your animal to have a good quality life as well. And that's all part of building responsibility. So as you're thinking about this, just consider, are you ready for it? Are you ready for an ESA? And if you are, look at getting established with a therapist. See if you can reach out and maybe connect for an ESA, but see if you can connect with that therapist and see if those connections can go well beyond just an ESA letter. Because I know most therapists are going to want to see you and check in on you, not just for the ESA, but for overall mental health and well-being. If you have any questions, we can always answer that here at Northern Woods Wellness. You can give us a call, 715-598-1568. You can email us at info@northernwoodswellnessllc.com if you have any questions, and we'll get back to you within 24 hours. So just as a recap of today's Week 6 Find Your True North podcast series, I want you to know that ESAs are really good. They're very beneficial for your mental health and wellness. They give you a lot of intentionality. They give you responsibility. They give you the need to take care of something that is completely dependent upon you. They can help reduce depression symptoms. They can get you out of the home and increase physical activity. It's all really great for your mental wellness. Cons would be added costs. It might also be that maybe your job doesn't allow for an ESA to be had ethically and humanely. People who are working 12-hour shifts or 50, 60 hours a week and are traveling, you're probably not at a great place to have an ESA at this time. So consider that as an option. You want to make it a good assessment of if this is the right thing for you. Because if you go and end up getting an animal and you're not able to take care of it, that can actually backfire. That can cause more challenges because then you're having to deal with attachment concerns of wanting to take care of an ESA, but then being unable to do it, and then it can really backfire in your mental health and mental wellness. And just remember that ESAs are for that animal's entire life. You know, they're with you for their entire life. We're with them for only a fraction or portion of our life. Just know that as you're getting an animal, that you want to make that animal's life just as special as they want to make your life. It's a very powerful relationship, but make sure you're ready for it. And we're always helpful and happy to be able to guide you in that direction. If you want to get established with a therapist here, whether with me, Tara, Kelly, or Tyler, or any future therapists we bring on board as we continue to expand, give us a ring and they can help you with an ESA option. And that is up to per clinician at our clinic. So not everyone might do it, but you might have to do a little shopping around. I know I do. You'd have to ask your therapist who you get connected with, whether at Northern Woods or anywhere else. You just let them know that's something you're looking for, and they'll probably want to meet with you a few times, and then you can go from there. So once again, thanks for tuning in to Find Your True North podcast and vlog series this Monday on May 19th. Hope you have a good rest of your Monday and a great start to your week. If you're feeling nervous about the week, just know that it's going to be okay. FEAR is an acronym. Future events aren't real. That is credit to my father-in-law. Kaylee's dad always says that, and I think it's tremendously helpful. If you're nervous this Monday, things will be okay, and that tell your brain that we're fearful of something that probably isn't going to happen. So take care of yourself. Give us a call if you need to or have any questions. We're happy to help. We want to continue to be the Chippewa Valley's #1 resource for mental health, whether you're with us or with not with our clinicians. We still want to be able to guide you. Take care. Have a good rest of your week, and we'll see you next week for week 7. Thank you.